Ms. Dr. Malusi Mncube, in these dangerous geopolitical shifts and tensions that are taking place, decolonization of education of everything is an ongoing process. Today, this article addresses the critical imperative of decolonizing the curriculum as a pathway toward inclusive and transformative education, with a central focus on South Africa and comparative case studies from the global South. The concept of decolonization in education entails dismantling colonial epistemologies, promoting indigenous knowledge systems, Africa bethu, ubuntu bethu, and fostering socially just pedagogies that reflect the lived realities of previously marginalized populations. In South Africa context, the roads must fall and fees must fall movements catalyzed national discourse on institutional transformation, knowledge production, and student agency that mustn't stop the youth. Core achievements include the revision of curricula in some of the universities to include African philosophical thought, heritage languages, and critical pedagogy. Nonetheless, systematic challenges persist: epistemic hierarchies, faculty resistance, lack of institutional funding, and global dependency on Eurocentric scholarship and funding. When they talk of best practices globally, Eurocentric Anglo-Saxon always dominate knowledge production. From a macro political and structural standpoint, decolonization of education also constitutes an anti-imperialist posture that challenges the hegemony of global North-dominated intellectual property regimes and knowledge hierarchies. The refusal of African states and intellectuals to have their political economies subordinated to Euro-American epistemological dominance is a key feature of this struggle. This is evident in the pivot of Global South coalitions such as BRICS and the New Development Bank, which provide financial alternatives to Western-dominated Bretton Woods institutions and fund education and research that align with regional priorities. So, in re-architecturing our global finance, we are creating our own lived experience of the global South, where each sovereign must be respected. The assertive posture of Burkina Faso under Captain Ibrahim Traoré, particularly his outreach to BRICS and rejection of neo-colonial control, foregrounds the political economy of education as a battleground of sovereignty and liberation. His advocacy for Africa-centered education aligns with broader efforts to anchor curriculum reform in Pan-Africanism, anti-imperialism, and economic self-determination. As we know, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, French is no more the official language in Burkina Faso, and he's asked the French army, the French ambassador, everybody to leave. Should they re-enter into a relationship with us, whether it's the French or the Americans or whoever for that matter, it's a positive-sum game, not a game of zero-sum dominance-related type of relationship or paternalism, let me say. It has to be a win-win positive-sum type of outcome. In Latin America, frameworks like epistemologies of the South have challenged dominant knowledge regimes by reclaiming indigenous, Afro-descendant, and Campesino knowledge. As you can see also in Latin America, there was an epistemicide of Afro-descendants' knowledge, whereby black knowledges, black people were erased from the repository of history that was supposed to be organic and carry it into the future. Now that is being reclaimed in Latin America. India's curriculum transformation reflects Dalit, Adivasi, and decolonial feminist interventions. These comparative insights underscore the global imperative to reimagine education beyond Western universalism. So they were coming with dominance. All these intellectuals of the West, be they Karl Marx, Kant, or whoever they were, right? But we argue that there is knowledges endless knowledges and endless ways of expressing and creating, dreaming and reimagining knowledges is not just one dominant Western knowledge. From both a macro, that's policy systematic, and micro classroom to community lens, successful decolonization requires integrating Africanized content, reshaping institutional cultures, and funding inclusive research ecosystems. Future prospects include leveraging artificial intelligence ethically. Artificial intelligence must speak to who we are as Africans. Critical important, promoting Afro technoscience and building South-South intellectual solidarities across institutions such as the African Union, BRICS Plus, and the Pan-African Universities Network. This article is to inform government agencies, the African Union and SADC, education bodies, higher education institutions, and civil society across those who are committed to reshaping education for the 21st centuries and beyond. So to all South Africans, all Africans globally, agency lies with us. So we are the institution ourselves, besides being at the university. Whatever you dream and imagine, live that experience, share that experience, make a change with that experience, fight for that experience. Thank you. Siyathokoza makhosi.